Breaking news. The Los Angeles Lakers have agreed to an extension with Anthony Davis for 3 years, $186 million. I believe this is the biggest extension in NBA history. So this one sets a record, but I'm sure this will be broken later on just due to the TV money that's coming in and the cap rising every year. But this is a really huge deal for the Lakers to commit to. So this extension will kick in, I believe, in the summer of 2025, and it will take AD through 2028. So he'll be with the Lakers until 2028, bearing a trade. So there you have it. It's pretty insane when you calculate how much money per year he's gonna get off of this deal. If you do the math, that's $62 million per a year. And I think that's up there with Jaylen Brown's deal, which was like 5 years, $304 million. So he's making per year, I think, slightly more than Jaylen Brown's making. Now, granted, if Anthony Davis is healthy, then I can see him being worth his money, but the odds of him being healthy are just very, very low. It's highly unlikely this guy will be healthy when this deal kicks in. If you think about it, this deal is going to start when Anthony Davis is 32 years old. So he's not really in his prime by then. He still might be towards the end of it. I think usually for a big man, your prime starts to tail off when you get towards like around 35. I think he can still play at a high level at that age, but he's never been great when it comes to endurance and just staying healthy. So this is very concerning for the Lakers. I'm just thinking in my mind, what were they thinking when they gave him this deal? You just look at his injury history the last few years. Starting after the Lakers won that bubble championship, you go to the 2021 season, he played only 36 games. You go to the 2022 season, he only played 40 games. And you go towards last season, he played only 56 games. Granted, his numbers statistically last year were great, probably his best season in the last 4 years. But still, 56 games. That shows you again how he's not really reliable. Even with this low management era, I feel that you need to be at least playing somewhere around 70 games a year to really give maximum impact on your team, especially when it comes to standings, which is very important. I don't care what people say. I still believe it's important to get home court advantage if you can. Granted, last year you had a fluky run by Miami and the Lakers, but those types of runs can't be maintained consistently. The majority of times you're really going to need home court to go on a deep run in the playoffs and to win a championship. It's very rare you go on these big runs without it. Granted, last year it happened, but I chalk up last year to a fluke. Highly unlikely that's going to happen again. So the Lakers are going to need him to be healthy so they can have a chance to get a top 4 seed in the West. You also got to look at LeBron James when you think about the situation, because he's no longer an Iron Man himself either. Since 2020, after he won the bubble championship, he's played only 45 games in 2021, 2022, only 56 games, and last year only 55 games. I know people like to hype up LeBron is still playing at a ridiculously high level at his old age, but he's still his age, and you can tell that because of the injuries he suffers every year now. This is important because if you think about it, I don't see LeBron being around after 2025 when this deal kicks in. I know people say he can play until he's 50. I still don't believe it. I'm just willing to bet on it. This man will be retired in the next few years. I really do think that, because I think the injuries are only going to start to get worse for him. So if you're a Lakers, you're basically Anthony Davis in the summer of 2025 and a bunch of scrubs. I don't think any big major free agent is available that year. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking that there's none available. Maybe the Lakers get lucky and they steal someone in the summer of 2025. It becomes like an appealing situation for some young player who's now finally an unrestricted free agent. Maybe a star could be available, but I'm not sure it is. I don't think Luka Doncic is a free agent by then. I'd like to check. I think he would be the biggest target for them in this situation. Let me just look up him right now. Just give me a second or two. I want to pull him up. I'm trying to look at the salary let's look at the Mavericks. Yeah, Luka's not a free agent until summer 2026. So again, the Lakers are screwed in that situation. Like, to me, Luka is a transformational player that could make a difference on a team. You pair him with a guy like AD and he would be lethal. I just want to look up someone else. I want to see Giannis when he's available. Let's see if the Lakers could possibly make a run for him. Giannis is... Oh, wow. So Giannis has a player option in the summer of 2025. Maybe they'll target him, but I don't know how Giannis and AD pairing would work or if he would go there. But he would be their best bet to target in summer 2025. I'm not sure if they would have cap space. Maybe they'll clear it up, but it's still a difficult situation when you think of it. You got to think that the most likely scenario is going to be Anthony Davis in the summer 2025 and a bunch of scrubs. I just think LeBron will be finished by then, and even if he decides to come back and play, I think he's going to be a drag on the team. I'm thinking we're going to look at basically LeBron's going to be the equivalent of what Kobe Bryant was after 2013 for the Lakers. He's going to be a dead weight on the team, and I think this is going to be a very bad deal. This is a very terrible deal. I think AD will be more injury prone after 2025. He might have a career-threatening injury by then. You just don't know. That's the way I look at it. It's a bad deal for the Lakers. Granted, I don't care. I've never been a fan of the Lakers. I just laugh at this deal. And I think they're going to regret it. They'll be crying about this deal in a few years when it looks really bad for them. Unless they win a championship with this deal, and I would say they would have to win a championship after 2025 when this kicks in. This is going to be a horrible deal. The Lakers were smart. They wouldn't have given him the extension. They would have waited until the summer 2025 and just waited out. The one thing the Lakers have an advantage of, I would say, is that they're a premier destination. Guys do not want to leave the Lakers. They'll do everything in their power to stay there, especially if the money's right. So they had all the leverage, and they made an idiotic decision, I believe. They should have just let AD play out his contract and waited until 2025, and they could have done some creative maneuvering with both LeBron and AD coming off the cap during that summertime. But they made the stupid choice, and they will regret it. That's pretty much all I have to say about this.